Perseverance. 7. Stoic lessons on how to keep going. To be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over, it stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. The question of why and how we are supposed to live has been contemplated for centuries. Absurdist Albert Camus wrote that life is like the Sisyphean task of pushing a boulder up a mountain for all of eternity. Existence itself, in other words, is persevering. Camus writes, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy. So, how do we persevere well? How do we persevere happily?" This video is about it. 7. Stoic lessons on how to keep going. Accept your fate. Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happen the way it happens. Then you will be happy. As mentioned before, hardship allows you to show your true character. So embrace hardship. Love your fate. Embrace every single moment, even moments of hell. The chance of us existing is small, but here we are. The chances of that particular sperm fertilizing that particular egg were small. But here you are. You have already beaten seemingly insurmountable odds. Your existence is rare and beautiful. So even our suffering is rare and beautiful. Don't complain. Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. If it's unendurable, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well. Just remember, you can endure anything your mind can make endurable by treating it as in your interest to do so. In your interest, or in your nature. Either you persevere or you don't. Regardless, complaining does not necessarily tip the odds in your favor. Yes, feel emotions. Yes, confide in people. But do not tell yourself you will fail. Do not tell anyone else you will fail. Don't tell anyone that this specific struggle will be the end of you. Complaining, in fact, makes it harder to endure. Marcus argues that you can endure anything by thinking it's endurable. If you allow yourself to complain, you're defeating yourself. Realize it's not the end of the world. Never say of anything, "I have lost it, but I have returned it." Is your child dead? It is returned. Is your estate taken away? Well, and is not that likewise returned? But he who took it away is a bad man. What difference is it to you who the giver assigns to take it back? Way harsh, but there's still a lesson here. Epictetus urges us to not take things personally. Things are not taken from you, but returned. After all, the entire universe existed before us and will exist after us. Likewise, we existed before our current struggle and will exist after it. Don't just sit there and take it. Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Seneca is reminding us that we have some control over our lives. By putting off action, we are allowing our suffering to have full control. By working towards ending our suffering, we are regaining control. Persevering is active. We don't persevere by shutting down until it's over. Stop torturing yourself. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Perhaps our suffering is mostly self-inflicted. When difficulties arise, we sometimes take it personally. It's important to take accountability for actions that cause suffering, but you can do that without suffering. Instead of saying, "I lost my job because I'm lazy and stupid," you can say, "I lost my job because I did not meet the requirements for it." The difference between those two sentences is that one is reporting a judgment and the other is reporting a fact. We suffer less when we rationally map why things happen. Use your resources. Prudent people look beyond the incident itself and seek to form the habit of putting it to good use. On the occasion of an accidental event, don't just react in a haphazard fashion. Remember to turn inward and ask what resources you have for dealing with it. Dig deeply. You possess strengths you might not realize you have. Find the right one. Use it. We enter fight or flight mode when it gets tough. However, the good thing about being humans is that we have the ability to be rational. Don't go into survival mode. Take a breath and remember you have the opportunity to outwardly show your virtue. Not everything needs a reaction. Moreover, not everything needs an immediate reaction. While persevering is active, you can still take time to decide what to do. You do not need to react immediately unless it's life or death. Let it stew.